YouTube, Twitter, all of those good joints. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Surprise! I know it's Christmas Eve. I said y'all probably wouldn't hear from me over the weekend, but here I am. So deal with it. Just deal with it. Now, I'm sure people might have not been expecting me. And I'm definitely sure YouTube did not send out a notification to many people. So if you are one of the lucky ones, please chime in. Let me know you're here. Let me know you can hear me. Or you might be one of those people out there right now doing some last minute shopping. You know people are when it comes down to Christmas. You'd be sitting there thinking, I'm going to get grandpa some stuff right before oh crap, what, Christmas is here? You got to be kidding me. So happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Hopefully you get some wonderful stuff in your stocking. Check one, check one. Let me see. Let me see here. Let's see. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. What other Christmas songs would you like to hear? Huh? Jingle the bells, jingle the bells, jingle all the way. Yeah! Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! See, you got to sing it like show tunes on a boat or something. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Thank you. Jingle all the way. I love you. See, stuff like that. So, Merry Christmas Eve. Now, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all of the other platforms. I uploaded a new fundraising link, so it's right below the video if you want to start off the new year with a bang by giving some donations to Kevin's fundraising campaign. There you go. What a great way. And I also want to thank someone who sent me a wonderful gift card in the mail. People send me some wonderful things. They send me props, stuff like this. I mean, these are things that I love, man. The big old satellite phone. Yeah. People thought that was cool back in the day. Remember y'all? You see somebody walking around with one of these and you be like, oh my God, they're rich. Somebody said my audio is echoing. Oh man. Oh, it could be. Check one. Can you hear that? Is my audio still bad? Can you hear me now? I unplugged it and replugged it in. Is the audio? Give me the thumbs up. Give me the okie dokie. Before I continue, Merry Christmas, everyone. I see all of that. Audio, I'm good? Good? Okay. Yeah, I was just thanking everybody for all the wonderful gifts they give to me, either whether it be through donations or somebody sends things like, my props. I love the props. And I was just joking about how, remember one of these were back in the day when you see somebody one of these, it was amazing. You were sitting there like, I can't even believe this person has a phone that ain't hooked to a line. Yeah, great. And not only that, you would use one of these and it would probably cost you about good $300-400 per call. Unbelievable. Look how far we've come. I got kids that are about 9 years old, better phone than me. Unreal. So somebody said little fuzzy with the audio. This is going to tick me off. I'm telling you, it's going to make me want to choke this. All right. Hold on. Let's go ahead and see if we can, because if you're hearing me popping and beatboxing and stuff, I don't want to send y'all off on Christmas Eve with a whole bunch of popping. So somebody said just went a little blurry. So it's not the audio. It's not the audio. It's most likely the live stream. So let me do this. I'm going to click off the Wi-Fi and click back. All right. Now, I went ahead and clicked back on the audio. The Wi-Fi. Let's see if that boots up and helps it out. Can y'all still hear me now? Breaker 19 before I get into all of this. Somebody give me the thumbs up. Okay, boom. Let's go. Let's get it. Let me get loose because we might as well have a little fun time Christmas cheer by, talking about some things that's going on since I ain't going to be with y'all tomorrow. Since I ain't going to be here tomorrow, I'm going to leave y'all alone for Christmas. So I said, you know what would be cool? Let me hang out with my friends on Christmas Eve. So let me get this first one. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. real gorilla. Just some king. Gorillas in here, gorilla in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here. Now, I don't know where y'all are at, but we're having some unseasonable warm weather up here in the north. And I'm thinking to myself, where's the white Christmas? If Christmas is so racist and stuff, you would think all of the white Christmas would be outside right about now. You mean to tell me the power of the white man and all of his white privilege? Somebody said blurry again. Woosa, woosa, woosa. Okay. Let's see something here. Okay. Now. All right, talk to me. Talk to me. All right, I think I might be switching out. Hold on for a second. All right, let's see. I might have to use another device. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Still thumbs down? One second. Okay. Still blurry? Yeah. I see it. All right, let's see here. One second. All right, I need some real time adjustments. So I need y'all to communicate to me and let me know, am I back? And can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I back? I'm back? Okay. Burns me up. All right. Somebody said a little better. Excellent. All right, let's go. Let's get it. I forgot what I was saying. Forgot what I was saying before the internet monster jacked me all up. What was I saying? Something about I said Christmas. I said, let me see what I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, whatever. We're gonna go ahead and get busy because I know the internet service is on and it should clear up in a second. I think there's a delay. I think that's what it is. It's a delay. So hold on. See, I'm just seeing myself give myself the thumbs up over there. So we might be delayed. So the clear up should kick in a second. Some people saying you can hear me, all of that stuff. Good. Blurry. I'm getting blurry. And am I clearing up yet over there? You know what's crazy is I see myself in here fine. Everything looks great right here. Yeah. Still blurry? I see myself giving a thumbs up. Okay. All right. If it's blurry, refresh. Yeah. If you can see, yeah, somebody's saying better. Refresh if it's blurry. See if that clears it up on your end if it's blurry. But I don't like it. I don't like being blurry. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like being blurry. And I don't know why I'm blurry. That's what really makes me mad. Somebody said it's good, bud. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll roll with it and see what happens. But what I was saying though is it's warm up here in Ohio, which I'm wondering about. Is this what climate change? Would I mean? I'm sure they could find some justification of why it's warm up here in Ohio on Christmas. But yeah, if the white man has so much power and it was all about white power and about white nationalism and a systemic racist Christmas and all that stuff, you would think all of Ohio would be blurred with white snow. But there's none. There's none. It's warm outside. So yeah, it could be Pootie. Pootie's in my system, messing everything up. The Russians could be Russians. Who knows? There's always some excuse of why things aren't working. But I'm clearing up a little bit over here, and we'll see what happens as we move forward. Now, with that being said, don't forget to check out my merch store. And this is the actual device that when you text it, I actually get it. The one I'm shooting on right now. So if you text this device, 330-9744-4607, I will add you into the Cool Kids Corner as soon as I can get caught up on all of that. But in the meanwhile, visit Kevin's Corner Store. And somebody said they refreshed, and they're still a little blurry. I probably got too many devices hooked up to the internet. But then again, I don't. Let me see. You got one, maybe two. Oh, and speaking in which, guys, at 8:30 tonight. Now make sure you can hear me. If you hear this, just put heard it. 8:30 tonight. I'm uploading to this channel the second version of Exploring J6. And in this episode, y'all gonna get a little new footage of you know who. Tomorrow, we gotta go around the Capitol. Some new footage and information about Bigfoot himself. So at 8:30 sharp, it's already set. Soon as we get done with this, make sure you go straight to my channel just in case you don't get the notification, because there's going to be a premiere live stream that I'm going to do it that way because we got a better chance of bypassing the algorithms. But you may not get a notification for it. So remember, 8:30, as soon as we get off here, you might want to check this one out because it's going to be featuring some stuff that if you got some friends out there that says, you guys are conspiracy theorists, you and these guys running around talking about it was an inside you know what. Well, yeah, after tonight, you'll see what I'm talking about. So 8:30, that's going down. Now, with that being said, let's get into it because, guys, the Democrats are trying to steal Christmas. They can't let us have nothing, man. The Democrats and all these radicals are trying to steal Christmas, man. You can't steal Christmas, but we got some Grinches out there that's trying to do it. Starting off with these hypocrites coming in, y'all. Do you see that one right there? You see that? You see that face right there? She's a mean one. Rachel Mad Cow. So there's Rachel Mad Cow on here, along with many of the other fake news folks and Democrats about to give us a plethora of hypocrisy. Not only hypocrisy, man, but boy, is it about to be projection, reprojection. Unbelievable what they're about to do. Now, y'all all know that Donald Trump is supposed to be about to take over the whole country and become a dictator. He's Mussolini, he's Hitler. And of course, that man is planning to use the DOJ or whoever he puts in power to go after his enemies. I guess even, according to MSNBC, kill some of them. He might kill some of them. There's all kind of stuff that he might do. And he's just going to be evil for nothing. Just evil for nothing, okay? Because, the sum total of his life after becoming rich and famous was to become a dictator. That was his last final wish. I've done everything I can. Now, what's going to make me feel like I'm going out with a bang is to take over America and become a dictator and run the country from that. Yeah, that's what they want us to believe. But unfortunately, they leave a lot of hypocrisy laid out all over the internet. So y'all remember when Donald Trump was president and they were saying all of this about, look what he's doing with his DOJ. And look what he's abuse of power. He's using it to go after his political opponents and enemies. All of that. Y'all remember that? Remember back in the day when they was able to recognize, oh yeah, we got it down when it comes down to what a tyrannical government looks like, what a banana republic looks like, what a communist country looks like. They had it down, man. But now all of a sudden it seems that they can't recognize all of the characteristics of a banana republic. So let's remind them. Okay, let's remind them. Somebody said I'm still blurry. This burns me up. Because I see it too. I see it too. Ah, boy. And my other phone ain't even charged up. Snarl. Snarl. That's all I can do is say snarl. Anyway. So let's go ahead and try to work with this. Somebody said they got the 8:30 notification. Good. So let's check out this hypocrisy. Okay, here we go.
He's got the right attorney general in position to do it. We now know they really have been trying to gin up criminal prosecutions and criminal investigations into the president's perceived enemies, politically motivated persecution, right? Courtesy of Bill Barr. I'll roll in the FBI on you. That's how banana republics work, right?
Wow.
The home of the 45th president of the United States has been raided by the FBI.
Somebody say this is my shirt. Well, I better take it off. That's right. Be sitting up here with my man chest out. Like anybody, can you still see me? Am I blurry? So, y'all hear that? So let me make sure that y'all can hear. You know what? If I can't do this right, I'm not gonna do it at all. This is burning me up here. Yeah, because I got some good info for y'all, and I don't want y'all to have to go without it and be like, man, I can't hear anything he's saying. And I only got 18% left on this. Darn it! Boy, that burns me up. Trying to think, why is the internet? I mean, maybe it's the everybody's on the internets tonight or something. I don't know. But anyway, let the show go on. All right, if I glitch out, I just glitch out. I reboot and finish it later. So now, with that being said, here's Rachel Maddow back in the day swearing up and down that Trump was about to use the DOJ to go after him and all of that stuff. And then what happens? They raid Trump's Mar-a-Lago joint. What else?
Mr. Trump is using the Justice Department to go after his perceived enemies. I feel worried about the prospect of the Justice Department being used as a tool of this president or any.
I feel worried about that big nose wobbling all over that screen right there. I feel worried about the Justice Department. What, do they hear themselves? This is unreal. Somebody needs to send this to Rachel Maddow and the rest of the fake news who were whining about what Trump was going to do.
Little banana republic. Any capable prosecutor can get a grand jury to hand down an indictment of something as innocent as a ham sandwich.
As a ham sandwich. However, all of these indictments and grand juries that they put together for Trump, they're good. They're good. None of these are fake. None of these are bootleg, even though they're putting together these, little grand juries in heavily populated Democrat populations. They want to make sure the trials are held in Democrat cities so that they can ensure a conviction, all of this stuff. But back when it was Trump, any grand jury can be ham sandwich, man. So let's continue.
An indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump.
Well, you mean the ham sandwich crew? They use the same ham sandwich crew that they ain't going big nose. Rachel Maddow was talking about anybody could get a ham sandwich indicted in certain place. Well, there you go. So now Trump got his grand jury pulled together under the Biden administration. Now, why isn't it they're able to look at this and say, this seems very banana republic-ish?
On former President Trump, he's been indicted for the fourth time in 5 months.
Bill Barr, on the president's behalf, is weaponizing the Justice Department to go after the president's enemies. When you win,
weaponizing the Justice Department to go after the president's enemies. Wow. Now, see, this is what I mean. They hate the internets because the internets exposes them. They wish they could scrub all of this. See, before all of us was able to put together montages and go out there and find all kind of clips of hypocrisy, they can drop all of these lies out there and you would have to go down to the library or something to get it. You'd be down there looking through microdish, looking for what they said. You would be going, man, what episode was 60 Minutes when he said, oh man, I got to go rent 60 Minutes, the last 8 seasons, just to catch what Adam Schiff said. But now, throw that mess up in YouTube. I'm surprised YouTube even left these out there. So let's finish examining how all of these folks was able to have great details about what a banana republic looks like, what an abuse of power looks like, with someone taking their DOJ and making it into a weapon and stuff. All of that, they were able to sniff all that back then, even though Trump never did any of that. But this is what they were saying he was doing.
In an election, you don't seek to just prosecute the losing side.
The president using the Justice Department as a weapon to get what he wants.
What is he doing these days? What is Don Lemon doing these days? I mean, because he was ecstatic when Creepy won. I don't care. I'm just so happy. What is he doing these days? Probably nothing. But nonetheless, there he is out there talking about they're using the DOJ as a weapon.
Department of Justice is totally politicized.
Sticking the Department of Justice on political opponents, threatening to imprison his political rival.
Y'all see Big Face? Threatening to prison his political rival. All of this hypocrisy, all of this stuff right here, Donald Trump was going to do and never did it, though. See, that's the key. Never did it. Should have probably done it because he would have had a legitimate reason to do it, but he didn't do it. And he had bad people around him that wouldn't even do it if he probably asked them to do it. Bill Barr, come on. And they swore up and down. Bill Barr would do anything Donald Trump says he would do. He got Bill Barr right up under his all that stuff. And Bill Barr didn't do nothing. So let's continue hearing all this hypocrisy.
Banana Republic style.
Trying to exact revenge against all of his enemies. Dictator in a banana republic.
Is acting more like a Banana Republic dictator.
He's using government resources to go after his political opponent.
Essentially, we are a banana republic.
Y'all hear all of these monkeys talking about bananas? They wouldn't recognize a banana if it was in their face. They wouldn't recognize a banana if they slipped on the peel. They wouldn't recognize a banana if they were all real primates. And they are the banana. These folks are the actual bananas. The Banana Republic, banana. You guys are the Banana Republic. Because see, in a Banana Republic, guess what? The government influences the media. In a Banana Republic, the media don't hold their government responsible. The media, sits back and goes along with whatever the government puts out there. For example, notice they're all saying Banana Republic, Banana Republic, Banana Republic, banana. But they all just woke up that day with bananas on their mind? Or could it be that Nancy Pelosi gave an edict and said, listen here, all of you monkeys, I want you to go out there and claim that Trump is about to start a Banana Republic. Could it be that? Could it be that? So let's go ahead and see all of these monkeys keep talking about bananas.
That we are seeking to have a bogus and criminal investigation into a political opponent.
And that's using
Unlike
the Department
Trump.
of Justice to also target Trump's political opponent for nefarious reasons. This is a massive abuse of power and a betrayal of our values. The President of the United States is targeting a family member of a political opponent. This is the type of thing that happens in a banana republic.
You hear the monkeys? This is the type of thing that happens in the Banana Republic. All of these chimpanzees talking about Banana Republic. Every single thing that they are talking about back then that they claimed Trump was going to do, Biden is doing right now. The whole Justice Department is doing right now. It's fascinating that they would leave all, but it just goes to show how quickly they don't even care that they left all of this stuff out here. They are completely controlled by the Banana Republic we're living in right now. They don't even stop to say, now guys, should we be saying all of this stuff considering we claimed that Trump was running a Banana Republic? I mean, you do realize it's going to look a little, never mind. We'll do our job. We don't care that y'all got all of these clips out here. We'll go right out now and the same stuff we accused Trump of doing and said he's abusing his power. It's a Banana Republic. He's using the DOJ to go after his political opponents. We'll overlook that when it's coming out of you guys doing it to Trump. Because, see, we're part of this Banana Republic. We're just the long arm of it. There it is. We're the media part of the Banana Republic. So our job is to come out here and make it appear that the persecution against Trump is actually justified. But if he would have did it to Hillary, if he would have did it to Creepy Sleepy, of course, we know that dude right there is corrupt and his son is corrupt. If he would have did it to any of them, they would have yelled like they did Banana Republic. So let's continue hearing about these bananas.
And trying to take out a political rival in Joe Biden.
Criminally investigating an American political rival, someone the president is worried about losing to in the next election.
To investigate my principal opponent or a principal opponent in the upcoming election. Houston, we have a problem.
Don't you think that's something that should be investigated when the incumbent political party opens a counterintelligence investigation?
Yeah. I mean, we need to go ahead and look right into Mayor Garlic right now. See, don't you think that? I mean, so as we request Fat Fanny down there in Atlanta to send her records about how she came to the conclusion about this whole, RICO charges and how she got her information and stuff. She don't want to send that stuff up there. She don't want to make it look like she's colluding with Benny Johnson and Adam Sandler and Liz Cheney and Nancy Pelosi. She don't want that to be out there. No, nobody wants to be able to ask Jack Smith how in the world you conclude that you should go ahead and open up this investigation into Donald Trump. Did you talk to these folks and did they tell you the game plan? Well, let's see the communication. We don't want to do that. We can't do that. We shouldn't be investigating. We shouldn't be questioning why all of these prosecutors somehow are on one accord. How all of these prosecutors have come to the conclusion that we need to drop these investigations by this time. We got to hurry up. We got to get this stuff in now. What are you doing over there, Jack? Well, I'm working it on my end. How are you doing up there in New York, Queen Latifah? Well, you know me, baby. I'm just, I'm almost, you know what I'm saying? All of this going on. We can't ask questions about this because it's nothing suspicious. See, these folks are just holding Trump accountable. These are legitimate investigations. I don't see what the problem is, according to the media right now. But back then, if you ask about Hunter Biden making 80 grand a month, doing nothing, and his dad was on TV going, hey, son of a gun, I fired the prosecutor. They fired the prosecutor. I told them they weren't getting $1 billion. If you ask questions about that, you were going after your political opponents using the DOJ to do it. Banana Republic.
On the candidate of the opposing party?
We know Trump is itching to politicize the Justice Department, and the Attorney General has been super shady.
The president is weaponizing the Department of Justice to bring cases against his enemies. The Department of Justice is in an existential crisis.
Again, it's yet another example of the Justice Department basically losing all of its independence in this administration.
This is
now about corrupting the next election, and for me, this was crossing the red line.
It's all about corrupting the next election, and to me, it's crossing the line. Well, what is this? What's going on right now? That's my question. So let me get this straight. 4 indictments, 91 felony charges, 2 impeachments. And then, of course, they recently have come out and got this whack group of judges up there in Colorado who are saying that Trump should be immediately taken off of the dang on ballot, along with some other crazy folks that's about to follow suit to that predicate. So with that being said, guys, we got to continue to see all of this hypocrisy because I want to know if they could recognize it when it's right in their face, like what we're seeing happening right now. All right, here we go. Somebody said video is nice and clear right now. Good.
The president who is actively trying to potentially steal the upcoming election.
Actively trying to potentially steal the upcoming election. Unlike these folks who are tying Trump up in all of these stupid, baseless investigations, indictments, and stuff like that. Unlike these folks who are trying to interfere with the upcoming election by running it through the dang on Department of Justice, trying to cover up the election interference by making it appear these are simple investigations. All right, if we can get an indictment, if we can get a conviction, then there we go. We go ahead and use that and say, look, man, we didn't stop this dude from running. We didn't interfere in no election. We were just doing our jobs. Okay, because guess what? Nobody, and I mean nobody, is above the law. See, that's what they would tell you. That's what they would tell you if they could stop Trump with this stuff. Now, crazy thing is, all of this election interference is going on. I know Trump is ticking them off because he's keeping on trucking. Keep on trucking, Donald. Yeah. You got to keep on trucking. Dun, dun, dun. So he keeps on trucking along. And they're thinking to themselves, man, we are throwing roadblock and roadblock right in front of this dude. He's dodging it like he's Barry Sanders or somebody. And he's driving us absolutely nuts. We would have thought that he didn't have enough energy, like Creepy Sleepy, to be flying all over the place, doing rallies, then flying all over the place, showing up at these bootleg hearings, all of this. We didn't think he'd have any left in the tank for that. Can you imagine if this was Creepy? If they were saying, hey, Creepy, you got about 8 or 9 campaign events coming up, but we need you to go ahead and show up at 3 of these stupid things. You think that dude could do that? Yeah. First of all, he's not doing it now. He can't. I haven't even seen a major campaign event by Creepy. You think he's going to throw a rally somewhere? Huh? Did you think that? Not to mention Donald Trump will mess around and slide in a couple UFC events as well. So they're having a problem stopping this man right about now. But back then they said he was doing all this to stop Creepy Sleepy and election interference for asking about Hunter Biden's corruption.
But to try to take out a political rival.
That's what
the end goal being 2020.
Donald Trump and his attorney general are using the Justice Department. The only difference between this and a banana republic is that Trump does not eat fruit. In 2020.
You shut up, you big banana. You hear that dude, dog? That's not even funny. That's the funny part about it. It's not even funny. I'm sitting there like, Hardy, Man, I could have a late night talk show way better than any of these fools. But let's continue, because here they are talking about a banana republic when they was trying to go ahead and make Trump look like he was a dictator. And the sad part is they're doing it again. They're running it back, trying to scare people and say he's about to become what he didn't become the last time. Because we told y'all throughout this whole montage right here that Trump was about to take us into a banana republic. We're living in one. We told y'all this the last time. And now what we're going to say is now he's really about to become a banana republic dictator.
2020 election is really the last chance we have to stop our system from fully sliding into a corrupt banana republic.
Oh, really?
That has done everything that Donald Trump has wanted him to do.
Yeah.
Kermie. Y'all see her? Oh, Kermie. Hiya! You see Miss Piggy? The boy has done everything that Donald Trump has told him to do. No, he hasn't. That dude was useless.
We're living in a banana republic right now.
And you know what? She might think it is because she got that big toucan nose, sand nose right there. She's probably flying around somewhere right now, sniffing bananas. Dang on it. Lipping trees, eating bananas. So let's continue. Here we go, another guy with Banana Republic on the mind.
You start using the Justice Department to go after your enemies. That's very, very dangerous.
Donald Trump is using the Department of Justice to go after his enemies.
Unlike me, we're using the CIA to go after our enemies and citizens, and Donald Trump too. Donald Trump's the evil one. Unlike me, who use all of these connections and stuff where me and Hillary and Clapper and all of them and Comey and all of them, we all got together as evil people and decided to try to stop Trump. Yeah. Using all of the resources, all of these connections to sabotage Trump. And there he is sitting up here talking about he's going after. And look at this. If you ever wondered if MSNBC and CNN are owned by the deep state, look at the people who they bring on as sources. People like this who gets busted line, Brennan and Clapper, Comey. But yet they go back to the well. Lisa, I think it was Lisa, whatever. Who was the dude she was kicking it with? The one that got kicked out the FBI. Yeah, that guy. Just brought him out. He's on CNN or MSNBC a lot of times. I'm sitting there like, how's that dude? How is he on any network? And why are y'all putting him out there like this guy's a legitimate source? And in my show, I think yesterday or Friday, we heard fake crapper get up there and say Vladimir Putin is not a credible source to be referencing when it comes down to him judging our democracy. Unlike CNN, your credible source, MSNBC, you bring folks like this on who've been busted line constantly, and yet they're supposed to be a credible source. No, they're your bosses. That's what it is.
In any way that he can.
Having the head of the chief federal law enforcement agency essentially working on his behalf to investigate a political rival.
To investigate the family of a political opponent. Okay. Basically Banana Republic behavior.
Basically Banana Republic. And look at these two. Here we go, some more. You're out of monkeys. Bananas on the mind.
We're no better than some, some banana republic.
How in the world are all of them getting the same idea dropped in their head? This is blowing my mind, man. It's blowing my mind. I can't believe it. They all must just be so intelligent and on one accord that, eureka, the word of the day is Banana Republic. Banana Republic. Just like the word of the day for Trump is Hitler, 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 Mussolini, Hitler, Mussolini, dictator, dictator, dictator. Same stuff coming out of these Pop-Tarts, man. And they leave this crap on the internet. Now, the problem is, and we're going to be showing you, that it doesn't matter if they're busted as hypocrites, as projectors, all of that stuff. Because, see, there's a population out there of idiots who will never go back and revisit these montages or these clips to see just how corrupt the media is, and they will believe this stuff. Y'all ready for some of these narratives that these people are actually about to believe? But look at this guy. Watch this.
And he's using the abuse of power and every element of the presidency to try to do something to smear.
Now, why is it that the side of his head looked like he just got hit with a sledgehammer? Boy, is that a dent in his head? Maybe the plastic surgeon got a little out of control. All right, Joe, we're going to give you a whole new forehead. Oh, God, man, is he asleep? You think he'll notice when he wakes up that I lost half of his forehead? No? We think we could this. Someone go give me some toilet tissue. We're going to stuff it with toilet tissue, okay? Cover it up with plastic and bubble gum. There you go, Joe. Here's the mirror. Check it out. Look at you. Don't it look great? It looks great. Yeah. Huh? Can you slow it down? I want to see it closely. No, there you go. All right, Joe, get out of here. See you next year for Botox. So here he is now giving us a lecture about Trump using the authority of the federal government to come after his political opponents. However,
me. We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power.
After 11.
Oh, we have to demonstrate that he won't take power. Wow. Just a minute ago, Joe was talking about he's using the government to come after his political opponent. How then, Joe, are you going to demonstrate how you're going to prevent Trump from taking power? Could it be because of people like this? The people that are really some of the tentacles of your banana republic that you're running? So let's check in on the latest upstanding legitimate investigation by Queen Latifah up there in New York.
7 weeks in court, we rested our case against Donald Trump, the Trump Organization, and other defendants.
Okay.
We brought this case after our 4-year investigation revealed that Donald Trump committed repeated and persistent fraud and unjustly enriched himself, his family, and his business.
How did you know that? That's my question, Queen. How did you know that, Queen Latifah? See, I'm thinking to myself, did somebody show up at your Department of Justice and say, excuse me, I'm here to, give a complaint about Donald Trump? We were railroaded. This guy came in and he told us these properties were worth 17 gazillion trillion billion dollars in Joe Biden numbers. And we didn't check. We didn't check at all. We didn't even go down there and look at the buildings. We didn't inspect them at all. We didn't inspect them. Somebody said they're being unsubscribed every live stream. Thank you for telling me that. I'm going to go ahead and that particular message right there, I'm going to screenshot that and I'm going to get all in a reel tonight. I cannot, man. YouTube is burning me up, y'all. Burning me up. Anyway, getting back to this. So you're telling me this woman just woke up in the middle of the night, sweating. You know what? I just had a dream that Donald Trump was deceiving all of the banks and I think I should go ahead and look into this. Because without a victim, what made you look into Donald Trump's businesses? Where was the predicate? Where was the complaint? There was none. This woman was talking about, oh, you elect me, watch what I do to Trump. Yeah, he's illegitimate anyway. Watch what I do to him. Not only did she premeditatedly go after Trump, but guess who else did?
Before this trial even began, the judge ruled in our favor and found that Donald Trump did engage in years of significant financial fraud we uncovered.
What kind of trial is this? What kind of judge you did before the dang on trial takes place? We want you to go ahead and be over this trial coming up, case against Donald Trump, the state versus Donald Trump. Here's pretty much a little packet of what's going. Don't worry, I don't need to look into all of that. I already know that man's guilty. He's pure 100% evil. but you haven't seen the evidence. And yeah, I don't need this. I'm ruling on it right now. Before the trial, before the arguments, before the evidence, I'm ruling on it right now and telling you this man has already did these things. So why even have the trial? Now that sounds to me like a what? Banana Republic. This woman is so dense, she don't even realize. She just let the monkey all out the bag, which we already been looking at these monkeys anyway, running around talking about Banana Republic. So here's the real Banana Republic, y'all. When a judge decides before the trial that a man is guilty.
In years of significant,
look at this,
persistent fraud.
Hear it again.
We brought this case after our 4-year investigation revealed that Donald Trump committed repeated and persistent fraud and unjustly enriched himself, his family, and his business. Before this trial even began, the judge ruled in our favor and found that Donald Trump did engage in years of significant financial fraud we uncovered.
This is almost fast. This is amazing. It's absolutely amazing to me that she gets up there and she reads this as if no one would catch the fact that, wait, did she just say that the judge ruled in her favor before the trial even begun? That's backwards. I don't understand how that works. I thought you wait until the trial ends to make a determination. But you telling me that but this ain't a Banana Republic. This ain't one of those, show me the man and I'll show you the crime. This is not that. Let's finish here, Latifah.
Throughout this trial, we revealed the full extent of that fraud. We introduced extensive evidence and questioned more than 24 witnesses. We heard from Donald Trump and his family, his co-defendants, his current and former employees at the Trump Organization.
And did you also mention you heard from all these professionals and the bank who said, why are we here again? Trump was a great customer. We had a great relationship with him. We probably should retire his jersey when it comes down to a prototype of how we want every single, client that we service to operate. Never late on the payment. Paid us back. We went out there and we looked at the property and we evaluated and said, oh, you're looking good, Don. We're looking good. We're looking good. Why are we here in court, Miss Latifah? That's what I want to know. Why are we here? And then you brought in the other professional, the economist, the Nobel Prize type winning dude. And he's up in there saying, this is a fraud right here. Well, I don't even know why y'all are bringing up these charges. This is an abuse of power. Do you understand? No victim, nothing wrong with Donald Trump's books, nothing wrong with the estimates, none of that. And yet she's up here talking about, we had an extensive investigation. We looked into all this and we heard from all these people. What did you hear? Where's the evidence that Trump did these things? There are none. And you and that whack behind judge somehow have just concluded, so what? We don't even want a jury. We don't want to take the chance of the jury hearing how stupid this is right here. So we're going to go ahead and decide. How do you think this is all going to turn out? I hope to goodness these people are disbarred from something.
His accountants and associates at financial institution, loan underwriters, real estate professionals, and experts. And their testimony illustrated years of fraud and baseless valuations to inflate Donald Trump's net worth.
You hear this banker right here? So I guess right now she knows more than what the bank knows. There you go. The banker like, look, no, we're here to tell you that everything was legit. I hear what you're saying, but trust me, that man inflated those numbers. Did she not hear us? We just told her that he didn't do that because we actually did that. We don't know what you're talking about. We are telling you that we looked at this and it was okay. He was a great client. No, he wasn't. He deceived you. He enriched himself. Do you understand how obvious this is? What they're doing? Now, this is election interference. This is coordination between these bootleg placed in office, you-know-who actors from George of the Jungle. Yes, Trump is an anomaly that will disappear in 2020. That guy with that bad eyeball. Yeah, him. We know that these folks are backed and supported by him. We know that these people have touch base with the Department of Justice. We know that they communicate. They're like, yo, man, we got to coordinate this stuff. We got to launch an attack on all ends. Bombardment is our goal and objective. Even if we fail, it's enough to interfere with the election process. Trump should be spending his money on campaigning, not this stupid stuff. Trump should be spending his time on going around and talking to folks in Chicago and in New York and other places and all over the place. But instead, he's flying back and forth to deal with this bootleg stuff from this banana republic.
And we showed that Donald Trump's financial statements were used to get better loan terms, tax breaks, and a host of other economic benefits.
There you go. Because banks don't look at these things outside of you just shoving it in their face. Just walk up in that bank. There you go. You grab it and slide it out there. There you go. Sir, this is written in crayon. It says my net worth is $1 gazillion. Signed, Kevin. Well, where's the proof of that? Hey, you're getting a little personal. Now, trust me when I tell you, $1 gazillion. You see the crayon, you see my signature right there. Give me the money. Well, sir, you got us there. Okay, go to the vault, because this man just told us he's worth all of this money. I mean, did you know banks were that gullible and naive? I didn't know that. You probably couldn't get a loan for $100 from a bank without showing a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, here she is talking about he deceived them and inflated his values as if they would not have followed up.
Next month, we will return to court to present our closing argument.
Of nothing.
I'm confident in our case and that justice will prevail.
Only if it's fixed. See, it will prevail only if it was a banana republic. It will prevail only if the judge decided before the case even started that Donald Trump was guilty. Of course you would be confident going into court against Donald Trump if you and the judge done got together like, all right, now, we don't want to court. Hey, man, put those naked pictures away. All right, get serious, man. Don't be over there taking selfies of yourself naked. Get over here and get the baby oil off. Take that God, we had to go out and get the crazy judge to make this happen. Okay, all right, I'm just going to close my eyes. Let's finish it. All right, now, we don't want to court, right? That's the only way this crap is going to work. And then we have this. Now they have to come out, y'all, and try to pretend that this whole Colorado thing is justified. It's justified, y'all. Let's see if we can contort and bend and convince our audience into becoming dumb like we're about to see this girl who embarrassed herself on camera, tries to, justify why, yeah, it's okay to go after Trump like this and take him off the ballot. But it starts with this type of propaganda right here.
On Tuesday, the Colorado Supreme Court ruled in favor of a lawsuit banning Donald Trump from the state's 2024 presidential primary ballot, saying he violated the 14th Amendment. But this suit was not brought by Democrats. 4 Republican voters in the Centennial State filed to have Trump removed from the ballot.
You mean 4 rhinos or Republican hitmen or women? See, that's one of their little plans too. They got their operatives on our side as well. So what they do to try to strengthen their argument in the case that, no, this isn't partisan. These were done by Republicans. This person was an appointed judge by a Republican. These were Republican. See, the uniparty works together. So if y'all need some cover, we got you. We're rhinoed down. We'll go out there. We'll launch this garbage stuff so nobody can say, well, it was done by Democrats. So Republicans did it, so therefore it's right. It's justified. Surely those are legitimate, upstanding Republicans like Liz Cheney, perhaps. Those, ones like that. Chris Christie, Paul Rhino. Yeah. We don't trust all Republicans either. Everybody who say they're Republican don't mean they're Republican. But y'all go out and try to use this crap to justify. So 4 Republicans brought the case, and then you had a group of liberal judges who went ahead and okayed this. So here we go.
Now, more than a dozen states are attempting to follow suit.
Well, look at that. All it took was one dummy to break the floodgates open. All right, so you get one dumb state that does it, and all the other states are, all right, well, I guess let's give it a shot. They did created a predicate. There it is right there. We can all say, look at that right there. They did it, so we should all do it. We all should do it. This is amazing to me. So now all of these other states are doing it as well. I wonder what will become of this. Surely this ain't banana republic behavior, though, is it? This ain't something that you would see in America, would you? You'd probably only see this if Trump was in office and he was trying to stop his political opponent from winning the next election. That's the only way you would see something like this.
Joining me now, Steve Simon, Minnesota Secretary of State and President-elect of the National Association of Secretaries of State. Secretary Simon, thank you very much for coming to the Saturday show. Last month, the Minnesota Supreme Court dismissed an effort to keep Donald Trump off the state's primary ballot in 2024. Why was the Colorado Supreme Court successful in banning Trump from the ballot?
Now, y'all ready for him to try to go ahead and strengthen their argument and say, because see, that's what everybody's saying. You get all of these courts that say, nope, 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 nope. And then you get one that just says yes. So now, when people are saying that's odd, you would think they would look at the, the writings of the other ones, the rulings of the other judges, and say, well, yeah, that's a good case. And well, I'm not going to be the stupid judge. I'm not going to be the one that embarrasses myself by allowing myself to be prostituted by the Democrats and these globalists. So I'm going to follow suit. But instead, now all of a sudden, a group of judges just disagree with all of these rulings. So now you got to figure a way around that obstacle by bringing this guy on to give us a justification why.
But not Minnesota.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And just to clarify, I'm here on my own accord, not on behalf of any organization. But when it comes to Colorado, I think it just could be as simple as the mix of human beings making this decision. In Minnesota,
that's it? I think it could be as simple as the mix of human beings in Minnesota making a decision. I mean, that's with every situation. Every situation. However, when you're a judge, there are things like the Constitution, Bill of Rights, past legal precedents that have been set, things like that. Interpretations that many well-prepared judges that came and scholars that came before you have written about, all of that. But for some reason, these judges decided we're going to go astray. We're going to have an open mind and an open heart to look at this through different lenses somehow. We're going to come to a different conclusion. So all of these other judges done concluded, nah, this is crazy. This is whack. Even liberal judges who's like, as much as I would love to do this, I can't even do this. Man, I would love to. So I will just say, all right, there's nothing I can do about it. It's legit. However, Donald Trump is, in my opinion, an insurrectionist. So let's hear him just say, it came down to these individuals. I guess their heart was more open to protect the people and our democracy.
Took another path. In Minnesota, they said, basically, this case is not yet ripe, that nomination contests are an intra-party contest. They're not a real election in the sense that they're just about delegate allocation. And basically, they said, come back to us when and if Donald Trump is the nominee.
Or could it be that they're activists pretending to be judges? That's also a possibility. Now, I'm going to have to put my man hat on for the rest of this show because it's about to get bumpy. So now here they are up here in Colorado making this determination. Okay, the Supreme Court declares Trump ineligible to the White House. Okay, yeah. Now look at
California
this.
Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kounalakis. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. And we should note you sent a letter just hours ago to California Secretary of State to, quote, explore every legal option to remove former President Donald Trump from California's 2024 primary ballot.
We are in uncharted territory in our country.
Why go there? Why are y'all being trailblazers? So let me get this straight. You get one group of radical judges. That's all it took. And now look what has launched. All of these other stupid liberal cities and states. Let's try it. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Now, all of a sudden, we're taking every legal... why? Well, see, this is what they're not, able to tell us is that why are they doing this to stop Donald Trump if the man was not convicted or even charged with insurrection? Y'all that scared that Donald Trump is about to take over the whole country and become an evil dictator? That y'all have to openly try to remove him from the ballot under the lie that, yep, that's what we're doing. We're looking into this because of what? Because we want to stop him and we can't trust that the people will accommodate us. We can't trust that the people is falling for our garbage, our lies, our propaganda, our manipulation anymore, our gaslighting. So now what we got to do is pretend we're looking out for those same people by removing him from the ballot, taking away the choice. Listen to this Californian right here.
And the decision out of Colorado is a very significant fact. When the Supreme Court of Colorado determines in an examination of the facts that Donald Trump is an insurrectionist and therefore is disqualified from being on the ballot, certainly here in California, we have to look at that information and make the same determination.
And make the same determination. In other words, a predetermined determination. Banana Republic? Can anybody say Banana Republic? So now here she is. She didn't say look into it to see if there's anything to it or something like that. No, we got to look into it to make the same determination. And then had the nerve to say they have declared in Colorado that Trump is an insurrectionist. They blew past the FBI saying that nope, there was no insurrection that took place here by Trump. They blew past any trial that was taking place. They blew past any conviction that's needed. They took, I guess, some notes from the J6 bootleg committee and declared that Trump did commit an insurrection. They didn't bring Trump in for questioning. They didn't have any counter witnesses. They didn't have no trial, nothing. Now you want to say Banana Republic? This is something you see in a Banana Republic. And this woman's a part of it too. So now she said, we got to make the same determination.
Certainly here in California, we have to look at that information and make the same determination.
Unreal. Unreal, these people. So now let's go to the streets to see if this right here has an impact on their voters, on the liberal, impressionable minds wandering around aimlessly, telling the media and the Democrats and the media and the all of the entertainment people that please download the next narrative into our brains because we want to be a part of something. Telling the education system, please make us into brainless zombies who don't think for themselves. Please tell us what to say and what to think. And when people ask us questions, we'll repeat exactly what you have told us to repeat. Listen to this right here. Hilarious.
But Trump is actually calling for Biden to be removed from the ballot. There's been no convictions, but these unelected Supreme Court judges are trying to remove Biden from the ballot, which I think is like extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Oh, for sure. That's an extremely dangerous precedent. I mean, there's been no convictions. There's been nothing illegal done. So there's no precedent for removing him. And it's mostly just to appeal to the fan base. But
now, do you hear her walking herself right into her own shoe in her mouth? She's about to walk right up to her foot and shove it down her throat. Oh, sure. You mean Trump is the... Now, this goes to show how dense these people are. She don't even realize that they're doing this to Trump right now. Don't even realize this man is describing what's taking place with Trump right now. So that's why he's able to pull this off. He's able to go out there and describe exactly what they're doing to Trump. And she's like, what? They're going after Biden like that? No, that's typical Trump. That's something Trump would do. Him and all of his evil and wickedness. Oh, man, come on, let me get this back here. The internet's going in and out. That's what it is, see. Yeah, that's why I got the disconnect right there. Bunch of bull crap. Might have too many devices hooked up. Who knows? So let's get that back. All right, get this back. Click that right there. Put it on that. So now, y'all hear this woman out there agreeing? She thinks she has an ally, y'all. That's the funny part. She thinks she got herself an ally. Oh, yeah, sure.
either way, it's a pretty dangerous thing to do.
I feel like that's like a similar tendency to Hitler, you know? Yeah. Or like if there was a conviction, that'd be one thing. But like I always say, why don't you let the voters decide? Why would you want the candidate who's leading in the polls to be removed from the ballot so you would have an easier chance of winning?
Oh, for sure. And
for sure.
Be fair. I mean, that's the whole premise of democracy is that.
There you go. I'm loving this type of stuff right here. I love when they do this in the streets, where they go out there and describe exactly what the Democrats are doing, and their voters and supporters have no idea. No idea. All you do is just flip it and say, yeah, they're doing it to Democrats, they're doing it to Biden, and they're, well, that's right there. That's something Trump would do. Trump's an evil person. He's like, that ain't right. The way he's doing that is not right. Our country should not run like that. And then you have to reveal to them, well, now, I'm glad that you say that, because actually, and look how she flips the script.
The people decide who they want to represent them and the policies they want to represent them.
Sound like a Trump supporter.
Completely disregard that and go based off of, oh, well, I think he should be removed. then that does lead us a little bit closer to authoritarianism and fascism.
What if I told you?
Authoritarianism and fascism. Oh, you hear me? What if I told you? What told you what? Here you go.
That was actually Biden that just did that to Trump in Colorado.
You also have to consider the nuance behind what is being investigated currently. If they have enough to have a conviction, then sure. If they don't, then they don't.
They don't.
So wait. Now all of a sudden we got all kind of rules. We got all kind of possibilities that you know what, and there's nuances, and then you know you got. But for a second, she was over here telling us that it's absolute. Doing anything like this right here is absolutely crazy. This right here goes against our norms and democracy. And you know what? And this and that, and it should never be allowed and tolerated here in our country. And this is nothing but then when it became Trump as that victim of everything that man just described, oh, there's nuances now. This is how the liberal brain copes. When you get hit with truth, what do? You contort it. You will twist it. You will put a square in a circle. Why are they susceptible to this kind of crap? Their brain malfunctions when it's shocked with the reality that everything you just listed off and supported is the opposite. How do you cope with this? Watch her try to cope with it, because there's no way she could go ahead and confess that, yeah, they're doing Trump wrong.
Don't have a conviction, but they just did it to Trump. Yeah. So how could you support Biden knowing that they're doing that to Trump?
There's the taking of all the classified documents.
But Biden also stole classified documents too. And they had him in his garage.
Crickets! Crickets! See, they're uninformed. Notice what she's doing. She is simply parroting what the machine has downloaded into her brain. This is the liberal voter right there. These are the radical ones that they have been just completely manipulated in college campuses all over the place, on the workforce, the young. You got to get them fresh coming in. Got to get them young. See, you're not going to convince an old timer who's been working in a mill for 30 years and got calluses all over his hand about this stupid stuff. But you can get them out there in California, bringing a man to work at a coffee shop somewhere and telling them this, and we're progressive, we're here. So they just buy into this stuff. Now here she is regurgitating stuff that she knows nothing about. So now here's her justification. Classified documents. Oh, what? Joe has them too? Uh-oh.
He had him at the college at the Penn State. So I feel like everyone was taking classified documents. It's like a rules for thee, but not for me is what it seems like against Trump, you know?
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
Consider the amount of interference when it comes to like Russia and foreign policy.
She is walking further and further into that foot. Not exactly. I mean, things like that. Everything she said, I'm going, did she just say that? I would light her up. And then she's going to bring up the second talking point. Look at that. She don't even realize that the whole Russia collusion thing was done by her party. This is the point that they want to get all of America to, where you are completely on board with their lies, with their false realities. You're not even aware that it's us. We're the ones who did it. It was me. Yeah, they want to be the people who burn down your house and show up when they're trying to put the fire out and ask the firemen, how do you think that happened? What is going on here? That's crazy right there. Man, these people are out there doing some naughty things, aren't they? And this woman has no idea that it was the people who I trusted, the people who told me they were fighting against evil, fighting against the wickedness of Donald Trump. Do you know? Now I get it. That's a hard pill to swallow. A hard pill to swallow. Here you are. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks they have a legitimate reason. They're passionate about their beliefs. But then when you get hit with undeniable facts, that's the point where it's no longer subjective rather. It's objective. You got to just straight be like, oh, crap. So if they did that and lied about the Russia collusion hoax and put the money behind the fake dossier, wouldn't that mean that Trump didn't collude with Russia? But somehow she's going to make it work.
Everything like that.
Oh, you mean how that? But that was debunked. But that was debunked, though. They said Russia. It wasn't. Do you not remember how
it wasn't? But she just said it wasn't. That's how they cope. La 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 la. I can't hear you. It wasn't. Yes, it was. It wasn't. Well, I can give you about 8 reasons why it was debunked. I don't care what you give me. It wasn't. This is where they want to get them to where no matter what you tell them or show them. And Yuri said this back in the day. He said, once these people get programmed, once they get to a certain point, there's no coming back. Now, those people are done. You could take them straight to all the evidence and they won't believe what's in front of their faces. This is the group of people who you could show them, hey, look, we got 2 babies right here. We got one with an apple stem and one without. This one with the apple stem is a boy. We've been knowing this since the dawn of time. This is a girl. And they will look at that and say, that's subjective. It's subjective. I mean, because, it's all about your truth. And about when you get a society that is that susceptible to delusion, brainwashing, and all of that, yeah, you got them. You broke them. See, so unfortunately, Trump snapped a lot of people out of the spell. A lot of people wasn't seeing what they was doing. They were trying to slaughter our whole society into being programmed like this. Now we got a whole bunch of folks that are walking around going, we see y'all. But then you got people like this. Listen to this.
Censured for lying about it. There was never a conviction for Russian interference.
Just because there isn't a conviction does not mean that there isn't sufficient evidence.
Do you not remember the Steele dossier though? The FBI lied. Hillary Clinton campaign paid the FBI to lie about the Russia.
Either way, there needs to be a line, and that.
Never addressed that. Never stopped to say Hillary Clinton did what? Hold on, I just was on TV on your little camera telling everybody that Trump colluded with Russia, and you telling me Hillary didn't even stop to address that. All of a sudden, okay, got me there. So you know what? There needs to be a line.
That line is something that has to be determined by the public.
Yeah, I mean that's why Trump's leading in the polls. Over 60%, and then they want to remove him from the ballot because they know he's going to win.
I don't know about that, but.
Oh,
shit. So? No, I don't.
No, I don't. Boy, that girl right there got both feet down her throat. She stuffed both feet, ankles, knees, hips, all the way down her throat. Yep. So right now she's walking on her butt cheeks. That's what she's done. She's walking around on her butt cheeks with her legs and everything down her throat. Even up to the end when she said, well, that's why you need to let the people determine the truth behind it. And yet at the same time, she just got done saying it's wrong for them to not let the people determine. And Trump, you're telling me, is taking Biden, trying to get his name off the ballots? That's not a democracy. That's not a democracy. Now it went full circle back to, well, let the people determine, but yet you were willing to make a compromise when he told you, yeah, they're doing this to Trump. What's different? It's different. I mean, it's Trump and there's nuances there. Well, what happened to let the people determine? See, these are their arguments, but it's not just her. It's not just her. Listen to this, y'all. Listen, this is where they got him to. But notice these students right here. Notice the group of people who are programmed like this. See, versus the people that aren't. Check this out, y'all. Here's another topic that they don't even question. Look at this one. This is how the liberal mind obeys.
Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're
Voter ID laws.
I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say there's?
Look at them, all little programs.
Do you think voter ID laws are racist?
I think so.
Most of the motivation behind them being put into place is rooted in racism.
I think voter ID laws are inherently discriminatory when you look. The vast majority of people who do not currently have IDs are people of color.
Do you have
I told you
the best people.
Biden that
Hold on, let me. I lost my spot. Let me get it back. Right about.
I have to say to all the people
Let's
that
get
say
right about here. There we
I think
go.
voter ID laws are.
Y'all see that? You see that surfer? You see him out there? I think voter ID laws perpetrate. Patriot. What else they tell me to say in my sociology class? And thinking they dropping knowledge, thinking they're helping. Thinking that they're straight up fighting for justice. So all they're doing is repeating what the system has programmed them to repeat. It's crazy. They ain't even stopped to ask black people about this, y'all. I do have a voter ID. Look at somebody say, Kev, do you have an ID? Well, no, actually, guys, I'm sorry. I just don't know where to go to get one. They don't never. Hey, every time I go, they close the door on me and say, now you get out of here, boy. We ain't gonna give you nothing. Go on, get. Don't want you voting, Kevin. What happened is I got an ID and I can always get an ID. I know where it's at. And I don't care how ghetto any black person might be acting. If they needed an ID to do something they wanted to do, guess what? They get it. If they don't have an ID, it's because they don't want one. But according to these little liberal college students who's educating us on voter IDs. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Are inherently discriminatory when you look. The vast majority of people who do not currently have IDs are people of color.
Do you have an ID?
Absolutely.
Oh, a black person. Yeah. There you go.
Well, what do you have to say to all the people that say Black Americans can't get voter ID?
I don't even know why they would say that. We can get the same things that every other American can get. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Republicans are just...
I would love for him to show these little white students right here, these white liberals who programmed to say these things, same stuff. Love for this guy, to show them these black people responding and how much the racism of low expectations is offensive to black people. And guess who supports this crap? Democrats. Guess what is pushing this narrative into the minds of these young people? Democrats. A lot of black Democrats who knows that we can get IDs. But guess what's greater to them? It's greater to them to try to steal elections and create a loosey-goosey voting process so they can acquire more power and remain in power. Is greater than them than the reputation and the integrity of black people. They're okay with belittling the intelligence and the ability to overcome obstacles. You telling me we done made it through slavery but can't make it down there to get an ID? Made it through Jim Crow, made it through all of these Democrats down there lynching folk, the Ku Klux Klan, all the way to 2023 and can't get an ID. In 2023, we can't get an ID. Are you kidding me? And these folks aren't even able to catch it because they told them that, yep, black people can't get IDs. Democrats been pushing this mess. They didn't even ask black people.
Just trying to make it really hard for minorities to vote.
Why do they do that?
Because they hate black people. They hate black people and they're racist.
Do you understand how programmed that young man is right there? His simple solution, first of all, he's buying into his own lie he just told. They're making it, Republicans are making it really hard for black people to get IDs. So the man asks, well, why do you think they're doing that? Because they're freaking racist. They're racist. They hate black people. This man really believes that. But it's sad to see this. It really is absolutely sad to see this because he has no idea what he's talking about.
The black population is like historically much more financially like disadvantaged today.
Little white liberals running around, man. They think they're standing with us, guys. They're standing with black people. They were, in their mind, before they ain't seeing the other flip side of these interviews where the guy's asking real black people about this stuff. I bet you they're thinking, if this comes out and someone shows us, they're going to see just how open-minded I am. They're going to see how much I stand in solidarity with the black community and that I recognize their years of oppression. And that's what they're thinking. They're thinking if you show this clip to a group of black people, they're going to say, now these are the type of white folks we like. The ones that say we're disenfranchised and can't get IDs. They're the ones that say we're underprivileged and all of this stuff. And they really think that I'm standing with the brothers.
We can sometimes see that sort of continuation of racism through our voting system in like education and things like that. And typically people who are less educated are less likely to vote.
You're disproportionately making people who don't have IDs, which are usually people of color, have to
Why? I mean, where are they even getting it? The bad part is they're not even showing us any proof or data. Usually people of color. What's making you say this? This is what's killing me. I know dudes running around ain't never voted in their life, ain't got an ID. But yet, usually people of color. This is unbelievable. And this man is, they all 100% believe it. That's what hurts. Because I'm going, they think they're doing the right thing. They think they're sitting back saying, this is, you know what, I'm fighting against all of this injustice. All they're doing is regurgitating everything that they've been programmed to say.
Go out and pay to vote, which is going to disencourage a lot of those people from voting.
Do you have an ID?
I do.
Can you show us your ID?
For sure.
There you go.
What would you say to all the people that say black Americans can't get voter ID?
Seek help. I mean, in America, the legacy of white supremacy is perpetuating negative stereotypes for black and brown bodies. That's why they would think like that, but...
And you know what's crazy? Who that white supremacy group of people are? Who's doing that? The Democrats. The same ones who are claiming that everybody else are white supremacists. The same group of people who's out there saying they're fighting against white supremacy and injustice and stuff by convincing people that black folks can't get IDs. And the racism of low expectations. Now, there you go. That's white privilege. When you come in letting black folks know, just the fact that I'm white means I'm better than you. Okay, I'm going to let you know I've gripped. I'm going to recognize that. Let's get that established. Okay. Now, because I know I'm better than you, because I'm white, what we're going to do is not hold you to regular standards in society. Your kids don't have to be held accountable for, disrespecting authority and adults and stuff. They don't have to go to school and actually do the right thing and learn how to act in public. We're just going to eliminate the punishments for them and let them do whatever. Your kids won't be held to the standards. They don't need to learn mathematics and English because that's racist. There you go. Your kids are okay to loot and rob and steal because of slavery, I guess. There you go. Hey, you people can't help yourselves. Now, by us recognizing we're better than you by being white and we have privilege, that shows you that we stand with you in solidarity. Not the white folks over here who want you to live up to the standards of everybody else and looks at you as a person and not just black. Not those people. Not those people who saying, don't enable these young men and women. Hold everybody to the same standard. Black people are not disenfranchised. Black people are not being persecuted and chased around by people on horses. Those people don't stand with you if they don't recognize that they're better than you just because they're white. See, they're the ones that saying they're equal to you as white people. We're telling you we're better than you as white people. You see the difference? That's what it comes down to. That's how stupid this is, man. You got conservatives who don't buy into this, and they're saying, we're all people. I don't see what the problem is, man. I'm black, you're white, it doesn't matter. Everybody's, but not Democrats. No, we're white and better than you. That makes us your friend. Here we go.
It's 2023, man, almost 2024. It's time to seek help for that.
Do you think voter ID laws suppress the African American vote?
Yeah.
Why?
They might require a specific type of ID, when I had to get a new passport, it was over $100, so that definitely also roots out the lower classes in general.
Is that true? Or did she just make that up? That's the liberal brain trying to justify this stupidity because they never require any type of facts or data. So now she got to make that up. Yeah, the guy asked her, she went, black people are disenfranchised. That's what they told me to say in my sociology class. And then this and that, and then, what? Are you saying why? Okay, well, it could be because black people have to get a special ID. Their ID has to say black. This here ID was issued, as an exception to the rule. Most blacks can't get a normal ID. We're going to issue a special black person ID. We here declare this black person here ain't like the rest of the blacks. And you got to pay more money for a black ID to function in society. Here you go, boy. Now, don't catch you down there at the polls trying to vote in the white line. You understand that? You go to the black line to vote. That's what she just made that up in her head. They require a special ID. What else?
They're not going to want to vote if they have to go spend all that money to be able to do so.
There you go. Black people are not going to go vote if they got to go down there and spend, $50 maybe? Something like that. Voting ain't that important to you. But going out and kicking it is. Buying your sneakers and clothes and food and all that stuff, that's important. But not going to get an ID. Even though that ID is what's going to allow you to buy liquor, drive a car, go to work, open up a bank account. All of these things that ID would do for you. But man, I can't go and buy that ID. That might cost me $50-$60. Instead, I might as well spend it on these Jordans. I might as well spend... Do you understand the ignorance that's coming out of these kids? This is 100% ignorant. Plus, if you need to get an ID to vote, they will provide one for you. Maybe not a driver's license, but you can go get a free ID. Here, I might not want to pay all that money. I'm like, how much money does an ID cost? Now, you talking about belittling? Black folks, $60 is just a little too much for them to support. I mean, hey, that could break them.
A lot of minorities are suffering from poverty. When you make people pay money to get IDs, a lot of times people just won't vote. They won't think it's worth it. They don't have the extra money to spend. Yeah, they're not going to put the couple dollars that they have into voting for somebody who's probably not even going to help them out.
Now, do you understand the level of poorness that in her mind? I mean, to justify this narrative, that means that you're talking about millions of black people, millions, to put this narrative out there, that black people are disenfranchised because they're required to have an ID. And one of the reasons why is because they don't have enough money to get them. That means we are dirt poor. If you go out and find me 10 black folks that say, man, I just turned 18 and I want to vote, but it's a little tight this month. I need an ID. I would be far-fetched to find 10 black folks right now who say I can't get an ID just because I ain't got 50, 60 bucks to go get one. And I'm making up that number too, because I don't even know how much it costs to get an ID. Like I said, if you wanted to vote, you can get one for free. But this guy is saying that, hey man, one of the reasons why we can say that black people don't get IDs is because they're so poor that just discourages them. That poor. So that means millions. See, you can't justify this narrative if it's 10, 20, 30 people. So this man in his mind, every black person he sees is living 7, 8 levels below the poverty line. They're like, man, I sure enough wish I could go vote, but I can't even. What about you, Kipper? I can't get one either. I said to myself the other day, I sure would like to vote, but I'm only sitting here looking at 2 nickels, and that's the most I done made in 3 years, so I can't even afford that. What is this young man thinking?
Do you have an ID?
Yes, I do.
Can you show us your ID?
Oh,
what do you have to say to all the people that say that black Americans can't get voter ID?
Oh, I'm privileged. I'm not like one of the other black folks. They gave me one. I got the black ID. You ain't know that? I got enough money to get the black ID. The rest of them, though, they ain't got that money. That's what he's going to say?
Well, I think it's pretty stupid. Like, we're in a country where all of us are majority educated and we have the resources at our hands and our disposal to easily find these things. So I think anybody saying that is just dumb. Like, that's a really ignorant and stupid thing to say.
Now, it would be nice if these little white liberal kids would check in with the black community first before they think they're helping us out. And yet, all of us are looking at them going, how insulting and dumb. The ignorance that they're carrying around in their brain is magnanimous. But it just goes to show this liberal, globalist, Marxist agenda is working. These young kids aren't even second thinking. They're just regurgitating everything that comes out of this the current regime / propaganda machine. Unreal.
Why do you think it's so much harder for black Americans to obtain voter ID?
It's generally the history of racism. Like, we say we fixed it, but the system was basically built from the ground up in racism.
And it's still just like that. Still just like when the black people first got free from this, from slavery. It's still just like that. We haven't made any progress. They ain't made progress to where black people, even though we see them running around in cars now and going into work, things like that. I wonder how they're able to negotiate their lives without IDs. I mean, I don't see very many of them that don't have a driver's license. They're all riding around. Wow, you know what? I never stopped to think about that. I never stopped to think of how would they function in life without an ID? How would they travel? I mean, these are things that I say, your brain is blew out if you didn't stop to think about this. And black people would look at you and say, how ignorant are you?
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Yes, I do.
Why?
But in the past, we've seen, African Americans being given tests that have nothing to do with what voting is about.
How does this? What does she think we're living in? 1902? In the past, we've seen that black people. You learned that in your sociology class, your history class. In late 1800s, when black people first was given the right to vote, they were required to pass a litmus test. I think we should bring that back for you guys. At this point, bring that back for you college peanuts out there. Ask you, all right, what are you on that litmus test? Why do you think black people can't get IDs to vote? Because of the patriarchal system, bam. Get them out of here. The answer is they can. Okay, next. Unreal.
In order to obtain a voting license or voter identification. So I think that that's something that we're still seeing remnants of today.
So what do you have to say to all the people that
Tell
say
them, brother.
black Americans can't get voter ID?
I say it's really a lie. It's all on really the person. If the person really want to get their ID, they can go get it. It's nothing really stopping them.
Why do you think it's harder for black Americans to obtain voter ID?
And all black people know that. See, that's the crazy part about this. we know that black people are probably some of the most resourceful people in America. I mean, I grew up in the hood and we found a way to make it, man. Yeah, keeping our head above water, temporary layoffs, good times, easy credit rip-offs. Man, we were shucking and a jiving. We found a way to get it done. And you're always talking about, well, you know what, man, sometimes they just can't get an idea and this and that and that. My mama substituted everything. Boy, you better get them hot dog buns out of here and go get that Wonder Bread for this hot dog. Boy, you better talking about some bubble bath. Go get that liquid dishwashing detergent and go to work. Okay, car windows blew out. Go get me some duct tape and a hefty bag. Now we got a window. Dang, you don't need no air conditioning. Go put that fan in the window. What you talking about? And then, you know what? Now we're all going to Disneyland. How could we go to Disneyland and then our lights was cut? That's why we're going to Disneyland. Okay? Now you want the lights on, you want to go to Disneyland. Okay? Disneyland. Okay, now just shut up. We worry about the lights when we get back. Somehow the lights got turned back on. Stuff like that. You know, and here they talk about that. You know, they probably can't get that.
Well, it's a class issue, and because of systemic racism, it's usually people of color, so Black Americans, who are at the bottom of the socioeconomic classes.
Wow! But that's not racist, though. That's not stereotypical. Usually it's a class issue. As I, feather my hair and do this because look at me, I'm educated. I speak with the King's English, and I mean, usually that's what it is. These people are at the lower bottom. Usually at the bottom of the class issue, they're beneath me, under my feet. That's why I'm sitting here telling you about all of their plight, their issues that they suffer from. They're one step and one stage out of the Neanderthal stage, just a couple notches above the primates. And we understand that that's their struggle. They're just figuring out how to tie shoes and how to utilize the will. So with that being said, they're being disenfranchised when it comes down to voting IDs.
Which means that they will have the most trouble, like having to pay to go get voter ID law or voter IDs.
You motherfuckers racist as hell. Why the fuck wouldn't black people have that? What's the difference between us and you? I think it's harder for black Americans.
I'm sorry, I forgot to blurt that out. That brother who said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go full blown. You want to see how the brothers feel about it? You MFers are racist as double H hockey sticks, but don't even know it. The racial justice warriors have no idea that they're the racists. I wonder how they would feel if he went back and said, I'm glad you all are saying this because this is how and you could tell that's a brother. That ain't one of those, I'm in college and I'm a black kid who grew up in a 2-family house and we really emphasize education. That dude right there tatted up on the face, had the twisties in the hair and dropped the ghetto language. You MFs are racist as HE double hockey sticks. Now I wonder how they would feel hearing that come out of that black dude right there. Calling all of them who think after saying all these things, look at me. I feel good. How do you feel? You feel good about this? I do too. Yes. Let's go back to class now so we can learn about how disenfranchised black people are and how much we can help them by sitting back, saying these things and believing these things. They need that reality dose right there. All of them need to hear how black folks feel about them who claim they're advocates for black people.
Americans to sign up online to get their voter ID?
Harder, not necessarily, but less likely, yes.
Why?
Why?
In underfunded communities due to, redlining
and
gerrymandering, we see that there's lower education in those specific areas, which have a high amount of, minorities. And when you're less educated, you're less likely to vote. And I think that that's what makes it so difficult for people of color to vote.
And you are educated, allegedly, and probably vote ignorantly. Yeah, just go right in. You know what? I'm just going to vote because the Democrats told me that they're the party fighting for justice and equality. There you go. And that's the most important thing. Not reality. All of that. And saying black people, they live in red line districts that are more economically challenged. And so therefore they don't have access to what? The Wi-Fi, the internet. I mean, that's what you're saying. They don't know how to get on there and use their laptops like Joe Biden said. Many of them don't know how to get on the internet and find where to go get the shot. And this is such racism of low expectations. And it's ironic because the people who think they're not racist are saying it.
Medical professionals are everywhere.
Thank
Mental
you.
health is
Tell
a
me.
priority.
Yeah, they need to go get help.
Yeah.
As somebody,
And you know where they need to come? Right here to Kevin's Corner. I give them the best help they could ever get. I'd give them that black dose of reality. You want to know about black people? How about you talk to one? Yeah. I saw your little video of you saying, oh, what, they're disenfranchised. They can't figure out how to get that done. I saw that. Let me tell you what really goes on in the black neighborhoods. So let's close out with this, guys, because we ain't done. We done saw them manipulate all of these people to think like this. We saw their efforts to get Trump off the ballot. We saw their hypocrisy in the beginning of the show. And now it comes down to them trying to fulfill this last-ditch effort of removing Trump off the ballot and, of course, taking us into a real banana republic. So here we go, y'all. Back to the ballots. Let's see what these Democrats have to say about it.
who is a politician, I think it's a real bad decision because I think it really helps Donald Trump.
Oh, it does.
And I don't like anything that helps Donald Trump. I find myself in the weird position of agreeing with Bill Barr in terms of it helping him. I think it does help him.
Politically, there are consequences that actually, and the blowback could help Donald Trump.
Oh,
yeah, well, I totally agree with Claire on that. I mean, it's a massive get out the vote rally for Donald Trump, this decision.
We might, I want to get both of your reactions to this because this was shocking.
Oh, last try, fake crapper, yeah. So some of these Democrats have come to the conclusion that, now we didn't watch this. We didn't watch this movie before. We come out, we throw all of this garbage on Trump. We try to get the people to buy into all of these lies about Trump. We always go over the top. We always make exceptions to the rule for Trump. Trump's not a normal human. He's not a normal citizen. So we got to do things that we've never done to presidents. We got to break and violate all of our norms. Got to tear down all of the institutions just to stop this man. And then we're telling you all that it's legitimate. It's legitimate. So they're trying all of that. And a couple of them are starting to see that, man, maybe we might have made a mistake. How about we leave this man alone for a while? How about we stop giving him all of the ammunition he needs to tell his voters that, see, but he ain't even got to tell us. We see it. But when he gets on stage and he says, look what these people are doing to me. Look what they're doing to me. Huh? And we all go, darn right. We see what they're doing to you, Trump. And guess what? They're doing it to us too. And then we finally end with Jake Crapper trying to say, this is how Trump voters are. He thinks we're liberals. He thinks we're like those young whippersnappers that we just saw. He thinks that. So listen to him try to go ahead and pull that off. I just showed evidence of how their voters think, but listen to Jake Crapper's evidence.
A Des Moines Register poll of Iowa voters asked likely Republican caucus goers what they thought about a candidate who used the term immigrants poisoning the blood of America. 42% of Iowa Republicans said it would make them more likely to support that candidate. 28% less likely. 29% does not matter.
Jake's
so
shocked.
A plurality of Republican caucus goers, David and then Doug, say, more please. I like this Hitler language.
You see how you put that spin on that, guys? Nice try, fake. Nice try, fake crapper. So after he sits back and say, we did a poll thinking that everybody was going to come out and say, he said vermin? Okay. Say, well, what's the vermin again, y'all? And what's the problem here? Well, you don't see what the problem is. That's Hitler language. Boy, if you don't get out of my face talking about that, man, I'm working on my truck in the back. You ask me about some dang on varmints. I'm more worried about all these folks coming across our dang on border. Now, boy, go get the jackhammer. Help me out here, Jake Crapper. Yeah, real folks. You think they're sitting around out there baling hay, working a 9 to 5 in a dang on mill? All of this mess where people are trying to go about their lives and just want a better life in America that we're supposed to have the option to have the American dream, not for the illegal immigrants that are coming and stuff. So we're struggling to remain America and make our situation better. And fake crapper is there out there asking people, would this make a difference? I'm hoping that you say, yeah, by Trump using words like vermin. And we're labeling it Hitler language. We're the ones that say Hitler language. Does that right there discourage you? No, get out my face. What are you talking about? And then what does he do? He comes out and he says, it appears that many of these voters like the fact that he uses Hitler language. So now you see what I'm talking about. They're not just coming after Trump. They're coming after us too. This fool just had the nerve to try to imply that we all are out here going, yeah, great. Come on, give us some more of the mic cuff. We love it when you talk about the Jews and the way that we are the superior race and we have the white, blonde hair and the blue eyes. Please continue, Trump. We like your language like this. That's what we're out there doing. This is crazy.
Look, I'm just going to go back to the...
Governor Christie has also repeatedly publicly said that Donald Trump is not fit to hold office. So whether it is a court that determines he's unfit to hold office because he took up force against our Constitution or mobilized a mob against our Constitution, or because the electorate throws him out, I don't think it really matters if he's unfit to hold office.
It really doesn't matter. We're going to end with this fool making a confession that it doesn't even matter. We will take this any way we can take it. We don't want this man on the ballot. If it's the electors that can throw him out, we'll take it. Whether it's some bootleg judges up there who makes this decision, we'll take it. What we don't want it is to be in the hands of the people. But yet we're trying to stop this dictator. We're trying to stop this darn tyrant from getting back in, because he's going to take away our democracy. So we're going to take yours away first by removing him from the ballot and not allowing you to vote. And we're okay with it. Here he is, Democrat out here confessing it.
We should all be encouraged by any action that makes it less likely that he will return to the presidency.
Even if it comes down to destroying democracy, doing something we have never done before, which in this case, a whole bunch of stuff that they've never done before. Raided the president's crib. Never done that before. Going after people for classified documents. Ain't done that before. Let me see what else. Don't forget, 2 impeachments. Back to back. 2 impeachments. Ain't done that one. Ain't done that one before. One of them after he was out of office. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ain't done that before. All of these things that they have never done before, made an exception for Trump. 4 indictments against their leading political opponent. Never done that before. 4 indictments. There you go. 91 felony charges. Ain't done that before. Calling him Hitler, Mussolini, all of this stuff. Using the fake news to actually validate statements like what we just heard fake crapper say. We all love it. We all love it. Somehow, Trump, it's not us. We're not the problem. The fake news is not the problem. It's you Trump supporters out there. It's not us doing things so obviously that you ignore us and you can see through us. It's because you guys like him using this Hitler language. Yeah, you Trump supporters are the ones. So we'll demonize you guys as well until y'all stop supporting this man. We want y'all looking at the superficial stuff that we come up with and make up. Hey, look at him. He's Hitler. He's saying things like Hitler was saying. Hey, don't look at your pockets. What are you doing? Stop looking at your what? No, we don't want you to look at the gas prices. Stop looking at the grocery price. Don't look at that open border. Don't look at the inflation. No, look at the Hitler language. It's the Hitler language. You don't want to be associated with someone who uses Hitler language, do you? That's their strategy at this point, and it's laughable. But hey, guys, I'm here to go ahead and put a lump of coal in their stocking. Since they want to ruin everything else, I'm here to ruin their dang Christmas too, by giving them a black eye on my show. Now, God bless y'all. I'm glad the internet's got together and finally gave me some dang on peace and quiet for a while. First part of the show was stressful. The dang on internet. So I got to get to the bottom of it. Got to get to the bottom. So God bless y'all. I want y'all to have a wonderful Christmas. But don't forget, y'all, in 15 minutes, the show will begin. Y'all going to appreciate this information about Ray Epps and some others. This upcoming phase 2 that is debunking and blowing up this whole narrative that it was an insurrection and Trump was responsible for it. I think phase 2 is going to show it, and then phase 3 is going to bring it straight home. So if you got a few minutes in the next 15 minutes, make sure that if you don't get the notification for this, it's going to be streamed like it's a live show, but really it's pre-recorded, but it's what you call a premiere. And all of us can chat while it's streaming. And I'm going to be in that chat with you. So if you can, if you don't get the notification, you're going to have to check, right? Go to my channel and go to live or whatever and see if you can find it. Because they're messing with me, man. They're messing with my channel. But I will be in that chat, and I hope to see you guys in that chat as well. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget that if you want to support my channel through my fundraiser link, I updated it. We got a whole nother month to see if we can keep me functioning above water until they get off my back. But the sad part, I don't think they're going to get off my back until, if they ever, but definitely not before the elections. If anything, they're going to get further on my back leading up to that. That's why this live stream that you're about to see is a little risky. I mean, I'm be honest, because I'm showing video clips that some of these clips you're going to see were scrubbed from the internet. Scrubbed from the internet. I'm like, why would you scrub something like this? But they've scrubbed it from the internet. So, I'm hoping I can slide past and, slide it in. Just in case, though, something happens, subscribe to my other alternative channel. Okay, please do that. We always want to stay connected. So do that and follow me on all the other platforms, because once I build enough support on these other platforms, I can start winging myself off of YouTube, or at least having more leverage when it comes down to an alternative way to support what I do. So please do that. And I think that might be it. Oh, the number. Yeah. If you haven't, please text MAGA to 330-974-4607. Okay. And that will allow me also to stay connected with you. So with that being said, this is our city. Have a Merry Christmas. What? Yeah. Yeah. All right. See y'all over here in about 12 minutes. Thank you. You're amazing too. I appreciate it. God bless.